Welcome, guys. I better stop that music before Facebook because these days I'm tired with Facebook and copyrights and this and that. I mean, I'm a big respecter for respecting people's work, and citing your sources, right? But you're not going for play small music without Facebook not coming and disrupt you. But guys, this is what I want to talk about. Let's review democracy. The destruction of democracy in Sierra Leone. We have to talk about these things. You see, for a lot of my brothers and sisters that are diaspora, they don't pay attention to saloon problem. The reason being, we already get so much problem now. We say we'll go for the deal with. So go left down the, and then you want for go, chat a salon wala. But I'm telling you guys this: there's no place like home. Eventually, it all boils back down to what's going home. This is why we have to pay attention to the politics in Sierra Leone, because delicately, Sierra Leone is a failed state, and people know to point these things out. When you look across the country, the sadness is just misery for we people. And waiting to cause all of this because we get leaders that are incompetent and then they continue to force themselves onto the people. This is what is happening in Africa. So I'm going to review, because this, not to talk what they done one green day, but at least we get a responsibility for ensure, say, we talk about it small. So, because it's big. When you look at the systematic steps being taken for destroy democracy, excuse me, and this comes along with the fact that not only destroying democracy, right? Because you look at all the other facets, the little areas, them where they bring this big democracy into play. You look at the rights to free speech, right? You look at the rights to protest. These are all the areas, social justice, judicial justice. Let somebody go to court, able for believe and trust in the courts, the judiciary for say, why carry me case kori. Regardless of how poor I be, or regardless of how gentle I be, the court would be equitable in terms of dispensing justice. So we have to review a state of democracy today in Sierra Leone. You look at this particular point in time, we don't even get a serious opposition. The opposition we'll get is again dog with a backbone in a bet. That's the kind of opposition we have. So opposition is not existent because as I'm talking to you right now, the last elections we had, the result not come out yet. I was reading section 92, and matter of fact, I tweet on them. For you guys that follow me on Twitter as well, I tweet on them, and they show the faces of the commissioner them. We're responsible for the destruction of the democracy in Sierra Leone. I tweet on them, and I know it's kind of blurry there, but that's section 92 of the Public Elections Act. I'm going to read it for you guys. Section 92, subsection 3. The regional returning officer shall, upon receipt of the copies of the summary of results compiled under subsection 1 by each of the district returning officers in the electoral area, compile a summary of all the results received from the district returning officers and shall supply certified copies of his summaries to the national returning officer and an observer or counting agent present. But it is the talk salon people, just in case if I lost you there. But if you go on Google, you can simply Google this document, right? Just type Public Elections Act 2022. Google the document. Section 92, subsection 3. What they say is basically how therefore make sure they then gather all the necessary results from a district. Make sure they return to the returning officer with a Mohammed Kanawe Kone. So that means that we got 11,832 polling stations across Sierra Leone. Each polling station, we forget the disaggregated data. Where should we say each polling station? This is the amount of votes we can cast now, and how much each political party, how much votes they get, and for sure we all dandy. Every political party that is represented for sign on the results reconciliation forms. That result reconciliation form that they for take and carry and go to Mohammed Kanawe Kone eventually, but it go all the way from the region, the district, all the way, and we not say them before tabulate the election, the results them. Public tabulation, enough for be secret. So these are the reasons we make we come and talk there, because we have to educate Sierra Leoneans and open up on our eyes so now understand how these people don't conduct an electoral coup in Sierra Leone today by flagrantly violating the laws they will get And for anybody for belief, say, then they move on to 2028 because the regime change. Oh, they move on to 2028. Oh, because Dr. Samara Kama answer might be a phone call. And before I answer that call. But yet, people like Anes Kuruma, the former president, could not even summon the courage for they ask ECSL and demand, either in the form of writing a letter of some sort or anything, for demand and ask for the disaggregated data, for even your vote where you vote. Like I said the other day, what I do live. So these are the things what we say. So these guys have destroyed democracy in Sierra Leone gradually. And Sierra Leoneans, we should not sit back and tolerate and accept this. If then guy they don't forget a one-party state system, let them just come and tell we say, hey, a one-party state system we need. Autocracy, dictatorship. Then we go know what if we do. But you cannot give us the false pretense to say that we have a democracy, but you're not respecting any aspect of the democracy itself. The Electoral Commission of them, when I have 5 of them, I read them on phone. Huh? Mohamed Kanawe Kone, when I them boss. Commissioner of the Southern Region, when I Edmond Sylvester Alpha. Commissioner of the Eastern Region, na Marian Sia Numa Moijwe. On a take note of the name demo. So far, 1, 2, 3, Southeastern and Mende. We get Zainab Hubu Mosiri, Commissioner Western Area. You get Commissioner from the Northern Region, Abubakar Mahmoud Kuruma. But all of these, some of these Kurumas, go check them fine and do a background check. And then you get for the Northwestern Region, you get Albert Sambakanu. Some of these people check them because these are all just loyalists. This is what has been happening in Sierra Leone. When you look at the ministries, departments, and agencies, them, the higher how they hire, the top ranks them, all the party loyalists. If you're not loyal to the system, or to Southeastern, they get no position within the government, as illegal as they are. But this is how these guys have destroyed democracy, tribalization of our institutions. These are all the things that indeed they do. These are all the things they did for destroy democracy. That is why I want to review on with now. Today something jogged me memory. I was watching Arise News in Nigeria. I can go through YouTube whilst I was working. They left the news normally, they play them yes, continuously, waiting they play, waiting I pick up, I go take note. So a Congress guy will be in the Senate, is no longer in the Senate, in Nigeria. He give account of how they remove him from parliament. So it jogged me memory because the same thing happened in Sierra Leone when 10 members of parliament were removed. The same playbook. The guy then used the courts again, the judiciary, for remove him from parliament unconstitutionally. When they remove him, instead of conducting another elections, they not conduct elections, so they just handpick somebody they can put in seat. Electoral coup, constitutional coup. Same thing happened in Nigeria. Recently, this guy in Yona 2023, Sierra Leone was back in 2018, 2019. Removing 10 members of parliament. The APC party walk away for a little bit, but then they say ECOWAS come and can't talk to them and go back to parliament. The judiciary removed 10 members of parliament in Sierra Leone instead of conducting an election for each of those members of parliament. They can install people in place. I want to think about this because for somebody who understand how the electorates work, how the electoral system they work in the country. Now people will vote for the members of parliament. At that time, it was the constituency-based elections. And I know I didn't do this pancreas because I want no for miss nobody. My brother and sister, they all are upline. I want to hear this. They don't understand which how they talk. Because, yes, I've made my appeals. That is why I have a Twitter page. That is why I speak English and talk to the international partners. Even here, sometimes I do English. But this one, I talk Creole because I don't want to miss the population of Sierra Leone. Because of these things, even shameful for other people in other countries. It's heart-rending. It's disappointing. It's disgusting, to say the least. We know say that we get constituency-based elections. We all know how we conduct this election, these recent elections, June 24, 2023. How they bring back the PR system. PR system will be used only because of the rebel war at the time. Because certain areas in the country, people are being for travel. Then bring them back. When all the constituencies were still alive. Because again, the constituency then gets a lifespan of 7 years. The last boundary delimitation, because now through boundary delimitation, I need to conduct the process for courts the constituency them. You have to do a boundary delimitation. So the boundary delimitation we'll do back in 2017, a good say 2022, and then a good say 2024, because of 5 to 7 years, according to section 38. 4. I'm not going to look at salon people. All of these things, over time, it is sticking at you, my brain. I don't even need to read anything or look up anything. It's there. So when some of these idiots on social media, they can't talk to you, while they come there, do a presentation, or do a live, then they go there, they make them comment and they text and this and that. These people have no clue of what is actually happening. Some of these, I need to put in a class, teach civic education and imbibe this basic into them, let them understand it's small thing there. But this is how the system works for my brother and sister. Through boundary delimitation, they need to cut the constituency them. We constituency them, get a lifespan of 5 to 7 years, according to the constitution. So the last boundary delimitation we will do now be 2017. The next one, we first start by 2022, till 2024. So when we get the election, it means that we boundary them, be still there in existence. In constituency system, be still there in existence. So we take constituency 110 as an example. It was still in existence till 2024, now they expire. We elections now be June 24, 2023. So the boundaries then be still there. So we not be need a PR, a proportional representation system, because the constituencies them still get a life. But the APC as a political party, they sit on the corner, they allow them to for happen. But guys, I'm saying all of this for again telling us, we review how they destroy democracy in Sierra Leone over the period. The opposition banned with the ruling SLPP for destroy democracy. The leader of the opposition at the time, Honorable Cherno Majuba, some man can tell me, say, we'll take the honorable away because it's not honorable. This guy sit on a parliament where they remove 10 members of parliament, pass the census, midterm nonsense, foolish census. At a time where everybody, including the international community, then they make them very clear for say, World Bank, when a World Bank, then pull them funding. They said the midterm census was unprecedented. This was what the European Union say. The midterm census was unprecedented. It was not even necessary. But if we want to do all for concoct, for rig the elections, we need to do so. All of these are things we'll call out again and again. Sierra Leoneans, some of our beautiful brothers and sisters, them pay attention. Majority did not pay attention. They were blinded by their loyalties to political godfathers, blinded by their loyalties to political parties. So they're able to see the vision. They're able to understand exactly where we're going. But they like it today, they don't see. And that is where we're at now. Now make we do so with this one. It's stalemate. And we still ask for, say, the disaggregated data them for release them. And Dr. Zamora Kamara should be inaugurated as the president of Sierra Leone because he won the elections. But Marabio still imposes himself per week. He imposes himself on us. He's using the military and the police. Dr. Samara Kamara has 57.15%. This is not me making it up. Look at the tripartite report. We come out from the committee, the tripartite report committee and report. Go to page 304, 305. Look at them. The report is very clear. Dr. Samara Kamara, the APC party, then puts the RRF forms them together, the results reconciliation forms, then puts them together. 71% of the form them. It proves that Dr. Samara Kamara get 57.15%. We mean say the APC party won the elections. And everybody that follows social media, when I know say the APC always they tell we how they win the election. But then they move on to 2028. So, I know say I digress, but I was on the side where I talk about how they removed 10 members of parliament. It happened in Nigeria, it happened back in Sierra Leone. ECOWAS and Sudan and they tolerate them thing there. And I tell you, say Sierra Leone, we get a brutal rebel war for 10 years. This morning I listened to a message. Matter of fact, I shared on my WhatsApp channel. By the way, if you not join my WhatsApp channel, the link is on my Facebook now. Go join the WhatsApp channel. That is why I do WhatsApp audios. You know, say that WhatsApp audio, they reach millions of Sierra Leoneans across the world. So, not to this Facebook no more, but that WhatsApp stuff, that money, why they drive, they go work, you know, I take me time and sacrifice just for impart some knowledge into everybody and let people understand that democracy should be protected. However, we see the stance with Dr. Samara Kamara take this time. How long we for the get elections, people for die? How uncivilized can we continue to be? Why we not go come together and say, no, let we be a peaceful country? I see a publication with my brother where they do a message also. I can share WhatsApp messages them na my page, na my WhatsApp channel. Hotmail, my name. Share with me a publication. Unfortunately, I'm able for playing because I need for subscribe and pay money to that website there for able for watch the video. But then they talk about Botswana. A white guy, a British guy, they actually talk, say, ain't better off for leave na Botswana than he leave safe na the United Kingdom at this particular point in time. Because the country is peaceful. The people are loving and welcoming. Sierra Leoneans are very loving and welcoming people. Sierra Leoneans don't believe in violence. We get some who believe in that, but the majority of our people don't believe in violence. They don't believe, say, forget election, people for die for the elections day. But you get people where they come and tell you, say, they give in comments there. They go tell you, say, oh, Dr. Samakama, a week, a week leader. And for not pulling people in that seat. Then they fail for realizing Dr. Samara Kamara is one man, but the APC is a political party. We get millions of people. Pull the millions aside, they have an executive as well. When I don't see now how the executive don't left Dr. Samara Kamara, they are on their own. They don't care. They say they move on to the next elections, even though they win the election. They say they are moving on to the next elections. I'm not making this up. It happened in Sierra Leone. The opposition won the elections, but the opposition says no. The opposition says no. We don't want our victory. We're going to move on to the next elections. It happened in Sierra Leone. It is currently ongoing. This is a fight that we are fighting, and this is why I'm here, and this is why I'm doing these lives. Even if you don't want to believe me. And it's a fact. This is what is actually happening. The opposition won the elections in Sierra Leone. They said because after the election was rigged by the current and illegal president, they said because when he called the flag bearer of the opposition who won the elections, because the illegal president called him, therefore they are not defending their victory anymore because he should not have answered that phone call. This is what the executive of the APC party is saying. And this is what some of their supporters are saying. Because he answered the phone call of the president at the time. He was the president, right? Even though he had rigged the elections. But he was the president. So he called the opposition leader who won the elections. The opposition leader answered the phone call and told the illegal president that, okay, I've heard you. I'm going to take this to the party. Take the information. It took the information to his political party to inform them. And the political party came together and made a decision to say, okay, for us to avoid any bloodshed, let's have a tripartite. Let's come into an agreement of national unity that born the tripartite. The tripartite was three parts: the opposition, the ruling, and the international community. Till this day, we have not heard from the international community or the representative of the international community, who was the UN representative to Sierra Leone. I think Ohansi is his name or something. Up till this day, we've not heard from him. It's a tripartite. Tripartite means three parts. The reports came out. Convergent, divergent. Where they agreed, where they did not agree. Then say the APC won in both places. The APC won the elections. Dr. Samara Kamara did a speech. And he called for the APC, for ECOWAS. He called on all his executives, everybody to stand up so that they can restore democracy in Sierra Leone. And we are still fighting that fight. Because for the life of me, you can listen to my last live that I did. For the life of millions of us, we cannot understand how a few set of people in Sierra Leone would claim that they won the elections, but they say they want to move on to the next elections. Even though the results of the last election they don't announce them. The results of the last election, they don't get them. They don't see them. But them believe say they go contest the next elections and they go see that results there. They say this one, we don't win now, we don't want to. We'll wait for the next one. But this is how they've destroyed democracy in Sierra Leone. So let's go back to the systematic decline of the opposition in Sierra Leone. Do you know how many people, APC supporters, that are missing today? If not in the thousands, it's a lot of hundreds. APC supporters of the opposition, they don't missing, they're not day. People don't know side and day. And by the way, they are still arresting soldiers from the north. They are still arresting them. They are purging our brothers and sisters from the northern part of Sierra Leone. They arrested another guy the other day, Josie. And that leads me to this point. And we all know that the November 26, 2023 coup that they are saying, whatever that is, we know it's not a coup now because we've heard from President Nkrumah. This was all concocted, built out of thin air, so they go able for arrest with brothers and sisters them from the northern part of Sierra Leone. Because they want to purge the military so that they will get total control of the state. They got to capture the state so now. So anybody, for the slightest, you even talk against, say yes, you advocate for electoral justice in Sierra Leone. If you were part of the military, then they go arrest you. They say you were part of the November 23rd, 6th or so coup. Then they arrest with brother and sister them for fake coup. Now we know, say, former President Nkrumah within Nigeria, so in exile, they be say, they make like go for medical after they accuse them of a coup. Now when come out, you can't tell we for say. Now because the other president, the former president of Ghana, Nana Akufo, tell us for say, hey, they don't can put this case by you. What about if you go to the courts and then go concoct charges against you just for framing a lie by you? Left this country. Come on, Air Force. It gives you that one of the reason. Or if they can't fire and kill you, what you go say? So we know that make Ernest Nkrumah left Sierra Leone. It was not because of coup or anything. It's because they concoct and frame and lie about a coup, no coup. So they are arresting our brothers and sisters. Just to make this point clear to you guys, our brothers and sisters from the north, then they arrest them, then they kill them. If you're lucky, you go survive. That means they arrest you in the open. If they go fend you in a net, they arrest you, then they kill you. Extrajudicial killings are ongoing. Sierra Leoneans, we have to wake up. We have a responsibility to wake up. Our democracy is dead. There is nothing going on in Sierra Leone. There is nothing democratic about the state. We now all see recently what happened to that journalist, Sophie van Leeuwen, who was a Dutch citizen. You all saw what happened to her. Then seize in camera, delete all the images that we take, all because you go do investigation into the whereabouts of the drug lord, who is Jos Bowl, Lyticus. Lyticus is in Sierra Leone, dating Bio's daughter. Marabio in Bial Pikin, Nayan Lyticus Day. Lyticus is the biggest drug lord. You all follow that story, so I don't need to go into that. We all know that story. The opposition, the whole press conference wanting, hey, this drug business there. But Sierra Leone is the hub today across the world. Matter of fact, people that they say that the drug money and take bribe themselves for letting them give up their victory. A lot of them. Because the drug money, they flow out of the country. But Agnes Bio, Marabio and Gyal Pikin, they dates the drug lord, the biggest drug baron. They say even pregnant. We don't know. But I don't tell Russia. She has never come out to address that issue. She has never come out to say anything. For apologize to the people of Sierra Leone, because we see her in a farm. We see them at church. We see them about a fundraising event where we go make donations. We see her. Me there with this guy. We see her with Marabio in a church. This girl picking of this former president cannot even come out and apologize to Sierra Leoneans for giving we country a very bad reputation. Yet, we are trying to get this man out of that seat because he lost the elections, not only because of these crimes that they're committing, but the fact that he lost the elections. We're trying to get him out, but you get people that already tell for say, let's wait at the next elections, 2028. You know, this they show you the mindset of Sierra Leoneans. When we can talk, they tell us for say, majority of the population in Sierra Leone and some of the one already outside, mental health is a serious problem. Because not only somebody will get mental health challenges, now you go vote in an election, a participate in an elections, and not get a result. They say, I win. I don't get me result, I win. I get the disaggregated data, we should say I win, but they not show we the polling station to polling station. Let's see the rest of the 30%, because get 70% of the RRF forms. Now only Chris Mango say, I don't want that victory, they want to win this election, and they wait for the next election. You have to be mentally deranged. You have to be mentally healed for think that way. And we were not mentally healed. We were sober. We were serious. We know so we ask, and we're on the right side of history because generations here unborn go get for live and tell the story. And then that thing they go ask, Usa you papa, you grandpa, you granny bide. During the time where we get elections in Sierra Leone, because this thing is going to haunt us for generations here unborn. Today they will talk about Shaka Stevens, no so. Today they will talk about Joseph Saido Momo. Today they will talk about the killings of Bambe Kamara, we might be and kill. Lieutenant Colonel Yaya Kanu them, Salima to them. So these things are going to haunt us for generations here unborn. As far as I know, this page is going to be there. Me grandpikine will go for say, will grandpa be faithful for democracy in Sierra Leone? That is the legacy that I want to leave. Say, we grandpa stand for the right side of history. We grandpa not also be big full person. You not be mentally ill. You not be Chris. Because for a lot of the people in today where they say we win the election, but let's move on, you must be psychopathic. You must be suffer from schizophrenia or something. Something is not right with you. But they are all undiagnosed. And then you get a country now that is full with drugs. And we don't say kush is a thing. We don't say cocaine is a thing. So maybe these people are on drugs. Do you want to read at the country inside Sierra Leone? Maybe they're on cocaine. Maybe they're on kush. Or maybe they're on tramadol. Maybe they're on molly. Because these are all the drugs they want to get. Maybe they take ecstasy. So then they're on other planets. They're not on the same planet. So they operate at the same frequency where they operate. All of this what they do so today, I should not even be on social media anymore. I should not be even doing these lives anymore. For just say, you know what, I don't do my best. We've done our best. Myself, Comricoita, Cashbox, we for advocate and speak up. We did like it today. We also have Comricoita. I don't say, go work at a salon in country of birth. Go work at the arrest and the lipa and say, go paku. Then kill people like a leather boots and today. Then kill people like a Suriba them. Then kill an Eskuruma and bodyguard them. All in the name of fake coup. Why? Because they be one for just quiet the fight for electoral justice at the time, after the elections. Yes, you know, find something will be a big scandal, a big issue. We're going to cover and drown the stealing of the elections. But we're not capable. Just like how this drug business here, so still not going to cover the fact that we are asking for the results of the June 24, 2023 elections. This is simple. People can go vote, respect democracy. Is that a lot to ask? I don't think so. And that is why people like myself are here. Because we talk and talk and talk, but the opposition, the APC party, was so dysfunctional that they allow the SLPP to get away with systematically destroying democracy. When you take the ECSL, you look at the salary structure of ECSL, take to driver them, then they make 4 times what in North than they make. Because it was all systematically and surgically targeted for ensure say then thief the election. So then they make sure say they bribe all them people. Make sure say everybody stay loyal. Use the police. Use the military. We get opposition for a reason in the country. We see what happened in Liberia. Honorable Koloba of Liberia. That man was very instrumental in the removal of George Opongwea. Say what you want to say about his character. But we know say in Africa, so take Guinea as leader, they want to be rough, you be rough as well. But Koloba was just a member of parliament. It is his responsibility to protect the constitution. And that is what he did. And he challenged Opongwea. And at the same challenge Dr. Samara Kamara put up, we see during the elections, when they stop and not for go campaign a certain area there, it reached them. Live firings, tear gas, all kinds of things they do. Go na decide away for campaign. When the election term done, the man go to party office. Then they go declare say the APC don't win. They open live rounds ammunition pan them. Shoot them. Outside the other executives of the day, nowhere to be found. If that time they all come together, they say, no, we're not to tolerate this, we're not to accept her. And say a different thing. Mara be enough for dinner power outside this. if we don't restore democracy and the constitution of that country. Sierra Leoneans, then got destroyed democracy over the years. They were systematic. What did they do first? Now they're weakening the opposition supporters them. People then come up for protest for generators. Say, "Bo, not take this generator now. Now we generator this. Left and now. That generator, they inside the safe now. We don't even know. You know they work safe again. Then kill citizens, they will stand up for say, not take with generator. Then they forget say the people that they own everything. They get one respect for life. They value generator over the lives of the people who get a generator. Then the former president and his by Kurumai sit down inside McKinney, then go kill people. To this day, say nothing but that. This is how they all conform. Like they all allow Marabio and the SLPP for destroying democracy in Sierra Leone. We not give the blame to Marabio alone. The destruction of democracy in Sierra Leone cuts across every one of us. If you are one of them Sierra Leonean, them we not play a part for stand up for defend democracy. You self contribute. You contributed. Because the more the better. But above all, we get people that we're responsible. The opposition is there for a reason. APC as a political party, the biggest party in Sierra Leone. Then we get a responsibility for stop Marabio. Excuse me. Then we get a responsibility for protect democracy. They failed to protect democracy. It starts from the removal of 10 members of parliament, the SLPP in a Testilo, then get away with her. They come with a midterm census. Nonsense. Was not called for, untimely. At a time where we country, people don't get clean drinking water in villages and towns. Go look at the water where people they drink. Then we hear people, I hear one song today, they say, what's in legacy of Anes-Koroma, the legacy of Anes-Koroma. Be live what I do the last year. I tell when I say yes. Former President Koroma do well in the first 5 years. But the last 5 years was piece of shit. Nothing was done. All right? I make that very clear. Let's see if I get this song here. So, okay. I know say I be seeing and I wanna with forum. I don't think I share with myself. But in the song they talk about the legacy of Anes-Koroma. And I know say when you can punch their wide and they look for all these praise singers, then people can't praise their name. Legacy is something that should be protected. If I get a legacy, in the case of Anes-Koroma, we see what you do with democracy. I'm just going to take democracy in itself. How it protects the rights of free speech. I protect the rights to protest of Sierra Leoneans in Sierra Leone. Just on that. I'm going to take that one day. It allows people, because the Constitution says clearly, Section 25, every citizen shall have their freedoms to expression in the media. Section 26 tells you, say every citizen again shall have their freedoms to assembly and association. When you say you get right for belong to a political party, you get right for gather, you get right for protest, all of that. And as Kuruma respected the Constitution of Sierra Leone, it is that same Constitution now he gets a responsibility for, as a former president and as a citizen of Sierra Leone, for protect the fundamental rights of the people of that country. That is how you protect your legacy. So as Kuruma, for don't come out. When they kill people in McKinney, for come out. Using the Constitution. Saying, hey, forget about the human rights violations. That is another case for the ICC. Because Alex Kuruma can even invoke the ICC to investigate and look into these matters. Especially when the Rome Statute are the document which puts the ICC together, International Criminal Court. It makes it very clear that even though its role is complementarity, let me say they complement other judiciary systems, because they want to replace with judiciary, but if at least the Rome Statute make them very clear for say, if a government, they make sure say they enforce through the judiciary and listen and hear the cases of citizens them, then ICC can stand down as long as they make sure say the process was judicially prudent or judicially honest to the liking of the International Criminal Court. And as Kuruma before even invoked the ICC for call for crimes of aggression, crimes against humanity, against the people of Sierra Leone and killed them McKinney for generator. But in fact, also quotes the constitution along that line to say, me as former president of Sierra Leone and by Kuruma, I respected people's rights to protest. Section 26 makes it very clear for say the people should be able to, and you should not be hindered in the enjoyment of your rights to freedom, to protest. Then kill them. And as Kuruma has not said a word, not to say you protect your legacy. And as Kuruma for protecting legacy, by defending the rights of those citizens, the same rights we give them, it reminds this government, say, hey, when I was a president, I gave them their rights. You have a responsibility as well, Julius Marabio, to give the rights of the people of Sierra Leone. Let them protest. It is their right. Una can imagine the power when they get across the international community if Alex Kuruma talk that way. Una imagine how they put Marabio in place. But unfortunately, for 5 to 6 years, Alex Kuruma no cough and not sneeze as a former president. And I remember the last day I played that audio where Alex Kuruma curious about what's in the happen, but bloggers, no bloggers, but you cannot attack Marabio. La play on phone. I don't know this part.
I did not morning exercise. Now see them to GP account. And to GP account. Tandon, Samura, Inkalu, Yasane, Junis, and another person. I say, hey, gentlemen, I want to come boss for me to this morning. I didn't say, Pana, we can't, but Samura and I get the patrol. But cut a long story short, we go in the office to me, and I begin introduce the topic. He said, Pana, we come. He said that this year, Samura called me. He said, in don't go meet Marabio. He said, we call me. That is Yasane, nice talk. He said, we call Yasamura Binedi. Mikalu did. He said, we call me. I didn't tell her, I said, this talk here, not for me, one. No. He said, this talk, now for we all. See, but if I call Mikalu, make each other. So, he later on called Mikalu. He would tell Mikalu and Yasane say, I don't go meet Marabio.
1 + 1.
Now, so. You get me?
Yes, sir. They listen, sir.
He said, so. Now we talk. I say, we don't go meet Marabio. I say, Mikalu say, hey, you don't go meet. I say, yes. He said, Ibano. Now they say, you don't know. He said, so now I make a call una for make una help me for make we go tell them. And I say, no. He said, not to we the go tell them. You yourself, now you for go tell them this word. So this was how they constituted themselves to a delegation for her meeting. So when he said so he said when they reach now, because as I say, well, until we don't come down to you, and they left this word down to Samura and I lead the delegation. Samura, you talk. In the office na Makeni. And Samura say yes, you don't go meet Marabio. They say they all don't agree on an internal conflict resolution mechanism where people enough account for able to solve the problem by yourself. They say and this problem is 2 weeks so for us solve them. I say don't go meet Marabio. And I say yes, you don't go meet Marabio. Yes. I say well. I say no. I say when I don't for come. I don't forget to me. Yeah. I say because that bad name they can't give me now.
Correct.
I say when I listen to Marabio in comments then before the elections, and I'm sure you had Marabio the time when they talk about me.
So there's a lot said there. Beaucoup said inside there. So let's assume that Dr. Marabio pick up the phone and call him. And ask Kuruma, what are you doing now? to salvage with democracy. You know, the lies of these big man and them big man there, they kind of lucky lie there, is just too much. How Dr. Somakuma answer might be a phone call and can report to us as a political party for say, hey, this man called me and we don't talk. And they can't tell now, as a party, what to do for move forward. How done they get for do with the fact that when they ask for results, you know, if we ask for the results today. You see, then criminal elements they have in the think. But at the end of the day, because they don't shoot themselves at the foot, they're not even able for they're not for come out of this anymore. Again, like I give you the example, when I get family property with cash box, you always they talk about. They left you in a house. One person per una grab or sell yours without una consent. Una go sit down and say, okay, don't sell yours with the beer. Una go to court. Una go fight this case. Follow una get on a property back because on all get her. So, if Dr. Somakama pick up Madabi a phone call, he can report to us as a political party. What's the only thing when Eskromari lie about? Like saying that the biggest crime you don't commit. You know, for instance, Madabi a phone call as the president called the flag bearer of the political party, the chairman, the leader of the political party at the time. What's in stop an Eskroma for ask ECSL now for produce the result? What's in stop the APC party for ask ECSL for produce the disaggregated data? So go restore some sanity. And let the people and get trust and confidence in democracy, because like I tell you again, when they review this democracy is dead. In Sierra Leone, the next elections, people don't get confidence for go vote. Under those circumstances. Why they go vote in an election where the last one not get the result and they go vote back? It's killing confidence in Sierra Leone. But yet you get these unpatriotic people, these people that are enemies of democracy, enemies of the state, when they tell you say they win the election, but then they move on to 2028 because they don't want the victory. These people are real enemies, not only to themselves, but to generations yet unborn. Not only enemy to themselves, but now enemy to Sierra Leone. They're destroying the state of Sierra Leone, destroying the good name of Sierra Leone. Because can you imagine how people across the world, they look at Sierra Leone, they like today, the country where they get election and announce the result. Then they look like a buffoon, like a big full muscle man. They say, Sierra Leone, that country, but yeah, we try to go, now you want to go invest, so go invest there, that country don't get election, and they show you result. Can you imagine how them people here, they destroy the name of Sierra Leone? These people are enemies of the state. These people are enemies for the good reputation of Sierra Leone. We would have fought for protect the reputation of Sierra Leone for saying, no, we're not for accept terrible things. We're not for accept these bad things. Because the world, they see these terrible things. Former President Nkrumah, why you not go write a letter now to ECSL to demand the result? Why you not go write letter to Madabio and tell them for say I challenge you, say your presidency is illegal, Madabio, you are not the president. And Nkrumah write that letter there on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone. For God's sake, protect your legacy. That is how you protect your legacy. But for now, your legacy in a trash. Your legacy in a dirty box. That bull crap. These are the things we're saying. Let people understand where we're coming from. How on earth these people go hate the country so bad? For continue for destroy the country name so bad. Well, they get elections, the results not available. With money across the world, they tell you for say, hey, bo, Sierra Leone, they rigged the elections. How stupid can people be for let they able for even think that way? How crazy they go be for let they even think that way? They. But you know, like I say again, the cocaine, the drugs problems, sometimes don't overtake them people there because they're not in the right frame of mind. Because nobody in the right frame of mind, not they win election, they say they move on to the next one. No, once this one we win. Nobody in the right frame of mind no go do that. Only these enemies of the state, these useless vagabonds, these miscreants in society, this piece of shit they won't get now nation, they like today in Sierra Leone. We don't value themselves, they don't value people, they don't value democracy, they don't value the good name of the country. They don't care about the saving the reputation of Sierra Leone. Every citizen shall cultivate a sense of nationalism and patriotism. These useless people amongst us, these drug-infested people amongst us, these mentally ill, these psychopathic people amongst us, they say they win the election, but they don't want the victory, then they move on to the next election. Can somebody fathom these kinds of things? Our nation? Guys, this is how democracy is destroyed. Because you get Sierra Leoneans, they are blind followers. They're not nationalistic. They don't think about their country. All I think about is about Sierra Leone and the good name of Sierra Leone. To make sure we call the people who do the wrong things when they destroy the country, call them out for what they're doing so they go stop for do the wrong things that they do when they destroy the reputation of Sierra Leone. Like when Sierra Leone is known as the drug hub across the world now. Sierra Leone is known for keeping the most dangerous drug criminals. Most of the danger criminals, the way they deal with drugs, they did at Sierra Leone now. Then they get safe haven in Sierra Leone. Hey bro, how is that? How do they protect the reputation of Sierra Leone? This is why we have to call them out. And then you get the worst thing, we don't win the election now for get rid of this guy out of power so that we go restore democracy. Then you have useless idiots, piece of shit there, man. They tell we say win the election or move on. How? You as a citizen, you get a responsibility. If one person not stand up, you stand up. If you feel that Dr. Makama not stand up enough, go ask your chairman and leader, Minkailo Momo Mansari or Cherikoko or Payansane or all these people they propagate for the APC party. Go ask them. Let them come and go fight and defend Marabio. Then they say, Dr. Makama don't sell. Una go challenge Marabio now in the ECSL for producing disaggregated data. But we only go seriously, we win this election, but we move on to the next election. Who's kind of nonsense this? Who's kind of crazy this? I don't see how governments change when Dr. Somakama become the president. These are the things we'll go for. Make sure we do proper drug testing in that country today. We go for to do random drug test. Because people say the drug law overtakes so much that people don't think again. Then they win election and then they move on to the next one. Anyway, guys, it's been a long day. By the way, like I say, April 8th, I'm going to do a live. I'm going to share my experience with you guys in the Sierra Leone community. Some investments that will be put on pan, sponsor certain people, how one of them investment in it turn out. I get for share with you, because we don't want me and of course my wife now, people that will talk, what will they talk? We talk game and we do it what they say. We talk because we want for talk. But tomorrow morning I go post something for giving an insight into how, the process get for, where I get for embark on and engage until I get reprieve through the judicial system that this country has. So, but of course, get for start systematically because I get for gather information first, and gathering that information means I get for reach out to the community and find out if anybody else did at the same boat with me day, and then see if I get for file a civil, single civil lawsuit, or get for be a class action lawsuit because which I believe say they go now probably is some swindling take place, some Ponzi scheme. But that's how we invest, we hard-earned money into that particular person where I would discuss April 8th and they mark 4 years since the day where we, release the funds to that person. Day. So April 8th, I will do the live and discuss and share that with Una. But democracy should be protected. You, me, we have a responsibility. Anybody who tells you, not for answer, might be a phone call. Tell them, say, where the result? Let them go ask for the result. If Dr. Zuma Kama, where the feds they stand up and don't call ECOWAS for saying that we win this election, I can't restore democracy. The man will stand up for the people of Sierra Leone, with millions of Sierra Leoneans are standing up with. Millions of Sierra Leoneans are standing up with. The una sit on a corner, the Allah say, yeah, Samura is weak. Why you not go die? If Samura Kamara weak, why you not show strength? If Dr. Zuma Kamara weak, you don't want to let nobody die, you don't want to let no blood shed. Why you not go now? You go take up arms against the state now and Madabi and go challenge her. Go tell and say, Dr. Zuma Kamara weak, me I not weak. You go there now. If Dr. Zuma Kamara weak, you go there now. It's simple. What they so if somebody waiting now make me do it, me they do so. Because we know the left and give them. This advocacy why they do so, he has power. It reach them. It touch them. So man go lay down on the net for sleepless night. Because they know what they have done is wrong to our country. And they destroy our reputation. And we go for salvage our reputation of our country. And Dr. Zuma Kamara will be reinstalled and reinstated as the president of Sierra Leone. We will continue to hold people and foot to the fire until the right thing is done. Sierra Leone will be the first country to get elections. The results not available. We don't agree. We don't agree with bad name. We don't agree. We don't take that bad name there. When the history is written, they go say Ibrahim will be mixed. We have a good brother and sister on social media where they fight for justice, for elections, rights. Their name will be written down as the people that will stand up for defend democracy. All right, guys. Bye-bye, everybody. Like I said, tomorrow morning, I go post a flyer where I go for find out. I reach out to the Sierra Leone community for find out exactly, what has been happening. And then I will do a special live on that particular experience they will get with on the 8th of April. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice evening. Hey, Lamin. Thank you, my brother. Long time, Lamin. Let's see some of these comments. What's in this person? So, Ibrahim, what about Keta Monodu? I don't know what in this person talk. Michael John, I don't know what you ask. Mr. Ibrahim, keep up the good work. Abbas, this person, JJ, he say, you're not complete enemy of the state. He said, me not enemy of the state. Me already ask for the results of the June 24, 2023 elections. He said, me not enemy of the state. Anyways, all right. This other one, Alaji Noah, just a question. Are you supporting the APC or are you planning your own political party? Well, my brother, at this point, Alaji, to be honest with you, it's about Sierra Leone right now. It's about the reputation of Sierra Leone right now. You all know, me no mix pan political party worship. It's about Sierra Leone. But we go decide where the term reach. Yeah? All right. Mr. Ibrahim, don't be distracted. Thank you, Abbas Kagbo. Usman T. Mansari, you get mine for course EBK. I don't know what they ask me if I get mine for course EBK. I don't tell the man the hard fact says you don't have to make big fool instead of you ask for the result. Waiting a course. You tell post waiting the teller. I don't know if you say Salomon course until I'm a mikos. Me the course my mikos where I don't know if that need you ask me Usman Mansari. And then it's next one I say you're a real stupid man to the state. Usman T. Mansari say me a real stupid man to the state. But these are the people where you look at so just know these idiots they suffer. These idiots now one day go see dentist and they go clean him out. You know even sabi what they talk so if I say go get you 6 months dental checkup. You know even sabi go look outside they sleep. You know get light, you know get electricity, you know get water. And then body will be in we not look them, but these are the people. But we're not gonna give up. We'll continue. You know, over the past 5 years, I had a lot of them kind of be beaucoup. But today, they've been emancipated and not free. Then they come back, they can apologize. Hey, Mr. Ibrahim, will not be no. Hey, Mr. Ibrahim. But you still get a small remnant. Some of them were attending, they can't go and then grave. Then they slaughter them at the end. Remember, say, hey, Mr. Ibrahim, they talk about. I saw some of them at the end. We see them happen. Then kill some of our brothers and sisters for nothing. This is why people they go against we. That's what they want to get for end. Side Ibn Abdullah say. Yeah, I don't think you get it. I don't think you get it. You've not in Sierra Leone. I'm a fan of people there. Dr. Suma is ready to rule Sierra Leone. He's very weak. But again, aside, Dr. Suma is weak. What's he do? Because the man say I don't let nobody die for power. We're not gonna be civilized for once. We're not gonna try for resolve conflicts them peacefully for once. Mr. Sef, I be one Dr. Suma right now. I want to say, I don't get arms and ammunition. Me people on a come when I take up arms against the state law go fet. Me, I want to let Dr. Suma do am. But that is not his personality. That's what the kind of person. Yeah. So I think Silo will understand that, Andy. All right. And then Lamin Denke, thank you, IB, for your advocacy. Thank you, Lamin. So now this make deeper election talk. You see, remember Masako, he said now with the deeper election talk. 2 years after the elections. Hey, I like it take me 10 years for talk about this for the talk about time. 2 years after the elections, 30 they will not get results. These are the people. They may hope say, when they do this year, when they do so, then 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, we will tire, we will fed up, we will forget about the talk. No, we will not forget about time. Election result, no, they will talk about time. We'll continue for pound them into now. Say, we get with election results. We get that election results. They come out. And they come out. When I see what they can, I know what we talk. We are pushing the buttons internationally. And they come out that results. And they come out. It come out mad Dr. Samakman they reinstate as president of that country today. And like no matter how long it take. When I remember Jabe na Gambia, when I saw he lost the election, you see don't they? Then puller, it come out maybe by Safulo by it come out. He said it's tonight he talk about election. And then Lamin, IB, please hope you give us time on the media to advocate for Salon. Lamin Deke, definitely it's a good call. You know me, man. So what you for do, Lamin? You see me number, I know how do, Lamin. Text me. Not WhatsApp me. Text me. Anytime I can live. if you want to contribute to something, I would definitely allow you to contribute. Yeah. So that's not a problem. But guys, we have to save democracy. We have to defend democracy. Okay. That is what I'm doing, and that is what I will continue to do, and that is what we should all do. All right. I left from now. Have a good evening. Lord continue for preserve and protect democracy. Bye bye, everybody.